What's up, guys? Coach AK. I wanted to bring you a new protein snack review. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. I like doing protein snack reviews because, one, a lot of people are starting to see a lot of protein options come onto the market and be popular in stores, as this seems to be the new social media trend, and just marketing trend in general. Add a little bit of protein to something, or even in some cases, not actually add any protein, just highlight the fact that their product has 5 grams of protein and then it's a protein food. That's not quite how it works, but I like to do reviews on it because that reason, and I think it's important to have things available that stop us from making poorer choices that take us even further from our goals or our health aspirations. So being able to have some fun foods that aren't terrible for us, that aren't, just overly loaded with calories, and that allow us to have some enjoyment in our diet and in our eating, I think, and I know, can really help people sustain a healthy lifestyle for the long term. So today we've got a special one. Never seen this before, never even heard of it. Again, this is becoming the trend now. But from one of my favorite companies, of my all-time favorite snack, enjoyable deliciousness that you can possibly get your hands on. If you guys can guess it, if you know me well enough, you already know what it is. If not, we are talking about ice cream. And we have the Bluebell Pro ice cream. Pro, short for protein, I'm assuming. This is the salted caramel for those that don't like that word. The only other one I saw at the grocery store today was vanilla. So I don't know if they just have the 2 flavors or if this is just something new that store had access to. But that's what we have here. So as you see on the front, as advertised, 33 grams of protein, 320 calories in the entire container. 320 calories. For reference sake, I believe the vanilla Bluebell, yes, I've used it and tracked it. Just the regular home style vanilla pint is like 700 calories in the entire pint, I believe, and that's just plain vanilla. 320 calories, 0 grams of added sugar. We're going to see if this is true, if we are being deceived, or if they have magically created a perfect health product that is also my favorite thing to eat. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the macros, because that's much more important than the actual taste. So, as we see here advertised, 100 calories per serving. There is, 3 servings per container, 320 calories total, okay? That's obviously backwards on the screen, so let me read it for you. As far as protein, 11 grams per serving, 33 grams in the entire container. That's amazing. That's more than a protein shake. That's excellent. Carbohydrates, 77 grams in the entire container, 26 grams per serving. And we're going to break that down and see how they got away with saying there's only 320 calories when there's more than that in just carbs alone. And then fats, we have 7 grams for the entire container, only 2 grams of fat per serving. Now that is incredible for ice cream. That is very, very nice. So I'm hoping the flavor isn't compromised by it being low fat. Now, where are the calories coming from, and what are they excluding to say that's 320 calories? Now, this is why I like to do these kind of reviews, because this is the type of details that get missed, and people either have issues with products, or they wonder why they're not actually losing weight, or they think that they're tracking all their food, and then they're adding in snacks like this, and then they think that they're only getting a certain amount of calories. So, 2 things we have here. Number 1, there's 18 grams of fiber in the container, and there's 6 grams per serving. So that is a lot of fiber. That's a good thing, but that's a lot of fiber. Now, most likely it's probably not the best source of fiber, and of course it's soluble corn fiber, so not the best fiber in my opinion, but it's still fiber nonetheless. Now we have 19 grams of sugar in the entire container, so that's not bad. 19 grams, 6 grams per serving, not bad at all. 0 added sugars, as they claim, so that was true. However, we have 18 grams of sugar alcohols and 6 grams of sugar alcohols per serving. Now, if you don't know about sugar alcohols, number 1, sugar alcohols actually do contain calories. There's a lot of people that think sugar alcohols don't contain calories, but that's not true. They do contain calories, and they can be problematic for the digestive process if you are sensitive to sugar alcohols. And there's a lot of people that are actually sensitive to sugar alcohols. So you have people, a lot of times they're used as a supplement or a replacement for sugar in a product, because then they don't have to list those calories technically. And so you get like protein bars and processed snacks like this that they add a bunch of sugar alcohols to. And then people will eat it and they're like, oh, it tore my stomach up. I was in the bathroom. Oh, I had stomach cramps, all this. That means you're probably sensitive to sugar alcohol. So most people don't tolerate them very well in large amounts, especially small amounts. It just kind of depends the person. Now with sugar alcohols, a lot of people kind of build a tolerance to them, to where, if they're used to consuming them, they can consume more of them without having any issues. But if you've never had sugar alcohols, you probably, if you're getting in a decent amount like what's in this, you probably ought to keep a bathroom kind of close by, just in case, okay? But cracked it open. Looks nice and creamy, right? Now we're going to try this out. Hit the grocery store during my lunch in between clients, so I've got to run back to work. But I can't buy ice cream and not actually try it, because ice cream is my top favorite of anything in the world. All right, here we go, guys. Okay. All right, so number one, it's very, very sweet. As usually, sugar alcohols are very, very sweet, so they definitely got that part right. Very strong caramel taste, almost like a syrup. That's what it reminds me of, actually, more like pancake syrup. But I guess that's the salted caramel. Overall, flavor's pretty good. Not my favorite type of ice cream anyways in general, but it is ice cream. Actually, it's frozen dairy dessert. It's not actually called ice cream. Anyway, flavor's not bad. Very, very sweet. Kind of has a similar taste to most high protein, low fat, high sugar alcohol ice creams out there. Kind of reminds me of sort of a Halo Top, but a lot creamier. So if you like Halo Top, but you like creamier ice cream, they definitely nailed it here. Outside of that, it's not bad. Not bad flavors. So if you decide to get something like this, always break down the macros, see where everything's coming from, see how, especially if they're claiming super low calories for a high calorie snack, how they're calculating that, where those calories are coming from. They excluded all of the calories from fiber, which fiber, you have insoluble and soluble fiber. One of them we digest in the stomach or the intestines. One of them we quote unquote don't. But the one that we don't typically goes into the large intestines and the colon and is actually converted into short fatty acids, I believe. Either long chain or short chain fatty acids. Either way, it's converted into a fat, and we can actually reabsorb that and utilize that as energy, aka calories. So fiber, I believe you should always count your fiber if you're tracking your macros and you're tracking your calories, just to be on the safe side. Even if you don't digest some of it, hey, you just ate less calories than you thought you did, so there's really not a problem there. So they're legally allowed to remove all of those calories off the label. And then the sugar alcohols, you don't have to technically include those, according to the FDA, on food labels. So you have 18 grams of one and 18 grams of the other. So you have 38, what is that, right? 36 grams of substance that they didn't count the calories for. So again, this would be something that I would say just eat sparingly, enjoy it for the flavor. You get some protein in it, all good. I wouldn't use it like eating the whole pint, probably not productive, and you're probably going to be getting a lot more than 320 calories from that. But overall, I would say for a healthier, low calorie, low fat ice cream, very creamy for that sake. It's very hard to get a creamy ice cream without fats. So that's impressive. For that, and the overall flavor, although not my typical favorite, I give it about a 3.5 out of 5. All right. How I would rate Halo Top, just, the original Halo Top, I rate that about a 2 to 2.5 personally. So this beats Halo Top in my opinion. Good amount of protein, just Make sure you're eating in moderation just in case you're absorbing more calories from this than you think. So if you guys like this type of content, me potentially saving you some money or getting you to buy something that you don't even like anyways, let me know, and I would love to share more protein snack reviews. Until then, definitely got to get back to work. Peace out, guys.